Hey guys, it's Emily. I'm back with the Majora's Mask walkthrough. Sam is not with me right now, but we're right at the entrance to the Swamp Temple, and we're going to go ahead in and see if we can get a lot of stuff done. So, just work to the owl statue right outside the Swamp Temple, and all you gotta do is play the Sonata of Awakening, and there you go. So this is an example of how to use the mask. There's a fairy. Put on the mask. Makes a noise. Fairy comes to you. When the mask has sparkles on it like this, see all the sparkles coming off of it? Sparkle, sparkle. That means that there's more fairies in the room, and if the mask isn't doing anything, that means you've got all the fairies in the room. So, congratulations. And I think we already have a fairy in our jar, so you can just pick it up if you need it. Oh. I also don't think there's anything down there, so, don't bother jumping down. I think there might be one in here. I don't know if I can... Guess not. Yes. There's one. See, there's some in chests too. And always be mindful of the time. I know it's only 7 o'clock on the first day, but just be mindful. Because before you know it, it could be the night of the third day. And there we go. Let's see if we got them all in this room. Yep. So you see how the mask is no longer sparkling? That means we have all the fairies in this room. And this is kind of like the main room of this dungeon. As you progress through the temple, you'll always end up back in this room, and this room will always be constantly kind of changing. Like the flower will eventually raise up, and it will. I think this is the way you get to the boss as well. So we basically have to light it on fire, and to do that we need arrows. So I think we get the bow and arrow in this dungeon. As typical in many Zelda games, there are locked doors and that you can only open with keys. If you see the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, there's a little thing saying how many keys we have and also how many rupees we have. And that only appears when you're in the temples, the key thing. I don't know if the rupee thing does. I'm not sure. And Tattle told you that it smelled like the swamp only because she's letting you know that the water is poisonous and that you shouldn't be swimming in it for a very long time. It's probably a good idea to be a Deku Scrub, because the Deku Scrubs can hop over the water, so you won't be affected by the poison. And one other thing I did in Clock Town that I don't think I mentioned earlier was that I deposited all my rupees in the bank, and I had over 200 rupees. And once you have over 200 rupees, the guy gives you a large wallet, which allows you to carry more, which is very handy. And that eye right there, that's something you'll shoot with an arrow, and we'll be getting an arrow later. I think this is a key. Alright, so that's the key that we will have to eventually use in the room we just were at. Let's see. I think those things, if you shoot them with arrows, fairies come out of them. The little demon things with Some of them, oh, see here, here's one with a beehive in it. You might need the arrows to hit this. So we'll be back in this room with arrows, and we'll be able to retrieve all the fairies in here. So let's go ahead and back to the first room and get the door open and process. Here we are. Okay, so just go ahead and open the door. Alright, here we are. This is a kind of a puzzle, in a way. And if you can see, there's a fairy in a bubble underneath here. So you're going to have to grab it and push it, which blocks your path that way, but opens your path this way. There we go. And I would recommend trying to kill all the enemies in a room, because some enemies, as you just saw, some enemies have fairies kind of inside of them, which is weird, but they do, so. Okay, so this is unlit, and I'm assuming the door will only open when it's lit. And there's a torch over there on the far left-hand corner of the room, so when we get arrows, you can shoot an arrow through that fire over here, which will open the door. So get your Deku stick out. Now this will catch on fire, but it will burn out after a while, so you gotta be careful, gotta be a little quick. So get it on fire and start running. If you attack with it, it'll blow out the fire, so don't do that. Just, alright, light that torch. And also, bring the fire up here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Awesome. And the moths are attacking you for whatever reason. There you go. And so you also have to burn that up. And we do need to go into this room back here, so don't forget, go back into this room with the where the room where the iron bars used to be. Okay, so go into this room. Is this the mini? Okay, this is the mini boss. Easiest way to kill him, just go on the flowers. I have a fairy, so it's okay, don't panic if you're dying. Just wait till they fly over it. Get the other one to see you. It's easier if you get them to see you. Get them to start attacking you. Go into a flower. Wait till they go over you. And then get them like that. There you go. And I believe this is the bow and arrow, so congratulations, you now have the bow and arrow. Oh no, it's the compass. Oh well, that was really anticlimactic, I apologize. Oh well, so the compass is useful as well, if you can see, when you open up, when you hit your menu button. We don't have the map quite yet. I don't know why, I probably missed it. I'll go back and get it. So we don't have the map, but you can see all the little orange dots. Those are treasure chests, and they let you know that, hey, you forgot a treasure chest. And that one in the big room in the middle is probably the map that I forgot. Also, there's a picture of a skull. That's where the boss is. So the compass is pretty useful if you're trying to get all the treasure chests in a map. So try to get the compass if you can. Every dungeon has a compass and a map. The map is more important than the compass though. I think the map is in the main room and I was just dumb and missed it. So when we go back into the main room later in this temple, I'll just do my best and try to find it. Okay. So I bet you there's a fairy in one of these. Nope, just hearts. Oh. And I know that's not all the fairies in this room. Oh, you see this right here? You can see, I don't know if you can see it. There's like a bee's nest right there. There's probably a fairy in there. Let's check. What am I looking at? Get toward the edge. Alright, there's a fairy. So put on your mask. There we go. And the fairy will come up toward you. Awesome. There's still some in this room. I bet you they're in those little things on the wall that I told you about earlier, but we can't get those until we get the bow and arrow. Cool. So head up these stairs. So she senses a lot of evil, which basically means there are these little dark blobs that are going to be coming after you. You can do a spin attack by holding B and then releasing. Very useful. But if you hold it too long, you'll be using, the longer you hold it, the more magic you use. And you can just hold it for a second and not use any magic, really. So just depending on how much magic you have. And I don't know if you can tell, but in this room, let's see. We have to kill all the enemies in this room to get a treasure chest, I think. Which is quite difficult because you can't actually see. And they're in the corners too. So what you're going to want to do is... Alright, see? When you kill all the enemies, you get a treasure chest. One other thing you have to do in this room is get out, let's see, if you can find the fire in the middle of the room, right here, get out a Deku stick and pull it out, and basically run around the room and light all the other torches. It's actually probably really hard for you to see. I can barely see anything myself, so I think we'll pick up the video again once I've gotten all that. So for right now, I think, actually, let me see if I can do it. Okay, I did it. So there's only 3. Just light up all 3 and it'll open your door. There's also this chest right over here. I'll open it up. And it's a fairy. Awesome. So, and the next room, this might be the main room again. Okay, so we're back in, actually this is not the main room, it's another room. But this is a good time to pause it, so I'm going to pause it. Next time we'll continue the temple, maybe even finish it up if we're lucky. So this is Emily, signing off. Thanks for watching.